Yo, 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 this is Gerard, one half of Negro Jump. And it is right now. Before we get into episode 19 with Mila and Myles, just a quick reminder. All you New York City listeners, you got a chance to catch us live. We're doing a live show at the Tank NYC on 36th Street. February 9th, 9:30. Yes, that is a Sunday, but we trying to kick it. That's all. We can discuss the new One Piece, or the new My Hero Academia that came out, fresh and live. We can have a whole debate about it. But yeah, live show February 9th, 9:30 at the Tank NYC. That is on 36th Street. And copy tickets at thetanknyc.org. We actually got the ticket link on the Instagram page, and it's on my page too if anybody follows me. But yeah, definitely. Also, to all you any New York City based cosplayers or anybody that knows any of them, tell them to hit us up. We want to have some cosplayers come through, 10, preferably 5 men, 5 women, and we want to have them show off their work at the live show. Yeah, definitely. And they get in for free. You get free entry too for the cosplayers that want to participate with the live show. But yeah, definitely cop tickets. Hit us up. Recommend any cosplayers. That's about it. That's all the announcements. And without further ado, here's episode 19. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. All right. We here? We're live?
We live.
Right here.
Oh.
We here. We made it back. We survived.
We survived.
we survived.
Anime
NYC.
How long was that?
Yeah, that'll be. It was this last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like a good 1,000 the nerdiest people you ever met in your life just in one place at one
Wonderful.
time. Yeah. I said when I walked in there, I was like, shit reminded me of a Fantasy Star Online. Shit was just like
back in, because like it would be those games you would play online. You just have your character, and then with everybody else's character in the world, and he just running around doing whatever. So like my character with a big ass sword on his back, run up to him and just start dancing. Just start dancing, and then they be like, "Yeah, we're here." Then they just run off and do some other shit.
They were doing this in real life too.
It's real life.
Oh,
real
fantastic!
Life, yeah. No speech bubbles. No nothing. It was just all like,
let's go.
It's a really cool thing though to see like all those people come together.
Yeah.
And just enjoy themselves. The dudes that was
and
like
be safe.
They felt so safe. Yeah. They were so comfortable. It was so comfortable.
When they were in the big mosh pit, they just formed like a DJ was going. They just formed like a big dance circle.
Yeah,
a
bunch of niggas that would never go to a club.
They were just hyping each other up. Instead of like, yeah, and they started doing like a little line. It was something else. But then you would just have this. Just regular niggas out there, just dressed up. I'm just like, oh snap! I get a flicker. He's like, hell yeah, bro, I got you. He doing all the moves and stuff, and then his boy called him. He's like, yo, like.
They was doing those mass yours.
Wow!
It was just a check-in, just to see where everybody at. They would just yell it from one corner, and then you would just hear it all the way across the center. It's the same place they do in New York Comic Con.
Okay,
it's huge.
Nerds from all walks of life.
Yeah.
It was beautiful though. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Negro Jump. We're back, and today we have Mila Myles. We have Mila Myles
in the
comedian.
building.
Yes, comedian.
Yes, we had to get you on. It's been a little long time coming. I met you. I don't know, almost a year at this point.
No, it was a few months ago.
Was it a few?
It was a few months ago. It was. I remember distinctly because I bombed really hard.
So it was at a comedy show.
It was at a comedy show. And all the comedians that showed up was all straight black niggas. So you know the climate, like they not gonna laugh, they not gonna, you know what I mean? It was like sparse with the audience, but all the comedy niggas was there, and they was cutting it up. And I went up there nervous as hell because I'm like still new in the game, and I bombed hard.
Oh, I remember this was Hops. This was when this was in
Petey was at that
PD show, that Hops.
Oh, the brewery show.
The brewery show. Yeah, but this was like the first or second one he had done. So it was. He didn't even have the band yet. It was
the first time I seen that place. I was like, this is
because half the people there were like there to drink. They didn't give a shit about niggas walking up on stage.
Dudes in the back playing horseshoes and stuff like that. They was
video
all
games, everything.
High ass ceilings and stuff.
Yeah, and I think it was cold that night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't the winter. God, it felt like a fucking long time ago. But yeah, I remember that.
And PD finally asked me on the show, because I'm not one of those niggas that be like, yo, can I get on your show? Like, I don't do that. So when he finally asked me, I was like, okay, cool. Somebody told him I was doing good. And I went up there. I don't even know if I was shaky or sweaty. I don't even know, but I fucking bombed. And I remember I was talking to you right before, and I was like, he's nice. And then when I sat down, I was like, well, I'm just going to talk to this Southern nigga, because I know that nigga going to be nice to me anyway.
And I said, how do?
Yeah, exactly. And I was tight because my friend and their girlfriend came. And you know when your friends come to shows, and if they do see you bomb, they be trying to give you words of encouragement. And it's like when your mama be trying to kiss you in front of your friends, you like, stop, chill, like, just be cool. I was like, just shut the fuck up.
Let me sit in it.
Yeah.
I had the worst shit happen. I had just started comedy in Wilmington. My brother was visiting me. A week prior, I had did this show at the club. It was like an independent show. Bombed. Ate a big old dick. just hard. It was one of the worst ones. Like, I'm like, I'll never remember, like, forget this moment. So fast forward a week later, my brother comes to visit me. It's him and my cousin. We walking in Walmart, 2:00 in the morning. This nigga just stops me. He's like, yo, you the guy from the show, right? I'm like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, man. He was the nigga that did that shit. He was like, don't be doing that shit, man. Remember the nigga with the afro? He was talking to Cordero.
That was that all black show. That independent all black show.
Cordero had the afro. He said, remember to do the afro? He's just being himself, man. You do that, man. That's all you got to do, man. In front of my brother. Whole time, this nigga just can't believe that somebody just remembered these from like a show. He's just like, what? My brother was like, nigga, I bombed that shit. That nigga remember how bad I was. It was just like, it gave me somebody like, look, brother, it's fine, man. Just don't be doing that shit no more.
Yo.
Oh, man, that's why I love us, man. They just
honesty,
and just tell you, just like, that shit was whack. Just don't do that again. Everything else is fine. Just
See,
don't
that's
do
why
that.
I love gay people, but that's why I be trying to step outside of the gay comedy spaces so much, because everybody's about being affirming, which is beautiful, which is great, but I need niggas to just be mean to me sometimes and tell me the truth. Like, niggas won't tell me the truth. And I'm like, sometimes I just wish I was like ugly or something, because I feel like if I was ugly, people would be less inclined to like try to appease me, Fucking hate it. I'm not saying I'm like a bomb bitch. I think I'm cute, but like, sometimes I'm like, I wish I was mad regular.
Just you want it cut and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like people will really look out for you because they're like, you only got so many chances in life,
The cards are already against you.
Right, exactly.
I'll throw my brother a bone.
Right.
Aesthetically, you're not winning right now.
Right.
But I know you got some personality. I know you got some skills. You got some skills about you. Where are you from, Mila?
I usually tell people who not from Michigan, Detroit, because if I tell them where I'm from, they don't give me the respect I deserve. But I'm from Inkster, which is a town that's like 15, 20 minutes outside of Detroit. It's considered the Metro Detroit area.
Okay.
And think of Flint and Detroit mashed together in 6 square miles. And that's where I'm from. Yeah. That's where I'm from.
It's getting that picture in my head.
Yeah.
I just got real sad.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
Got real sad.
I just got like 8 Mile stock footage in the back.
House Field. Danny Brown said that shit is real too, though.
So like, what's the population size? Like, how big is it?
Man, it's dwindling. I don't know, like. My family, my family been there since 1947.
So is there a high school there? Do you have to go outside?
Man, that's a hard question. See, because there was a high school there. So you know about Betsy DeVos?
Okay.
Where we from was the stumping ground where they tried all of they policy changes in schools. So there was a high school that my grandparents went to, my mama went to, but now that shit is a field. I went there to go for a run one day, and nigga, you know how like you be walking around Brooklyn or New York and you haven't been in a park for like a few months to a year, and it's a new building and you think you in the wrong spot? Yeah. That's what that shit was like back then. And it's a tiny town. Damn. So, and I'm making, if you ask me more about where I'm from, y'all gonna be in a puddle of tears.
Nah.
I'm fine. I'm desensitized to the trauma.
Because I'm originally from Jersey, but I spent a lot of time in North Carolina.
Okay,
so I pretty much almost took on that identity until like a year ago when I moved back up here. That like it was like a weird like all of that just like went away. It was like I'm from the North.
Yeah.
And I just started like decompressing on that stuff. And I'm like, I was really in a tiny ass town.
Yeah.
Small, like the back of my high school, there was a silo.
Oh shit!
Right.
Oh, you were in
Like a
high
mi-
school in the South.
Yes.
Like a
Got
missile
it.
site? Or is it-
Yeah.
shit.
No, not like a missile, but like some
A
like
farm
cornmeal.
silo.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
type of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was just like we need the
So did
space.
y'all got Fallout back then?
Like, but it's a heavy military town.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people that like they're stationed in Virginia and they got their houses. They build their houses down there. So it's blowing up. Like Camden just got their own Chinese restaurant. They bougie as hell now.
Ooh.
Oh, like a fancy Chinese.
Ooh,
No,
got
they
a-
just
they
they got a
just have
Heroes
one.
Japanese steakhouse.
They just have one. It's probably like Golden Dragon or some dumb shit like that.
Oh, so they got the one
Takeout.
room that looks like all the other rooms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got their own pizza
Yeah.
spot. Like they
I wonder
ain't
if they
have,
do that shit on purpose.
I think it's because the people are there now, so it's like they can
Yeah.
provide it. Before, when I was growing up, there was nothing there. There was like maybe
Camden.
one or two restaurants and then one bakery shop.
When you leave Camden.
That's it. I left there 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Went down to Georgia, came right back, got some more shit together. Then I moved to Wilmington, North Carolina.
Got it.
Yeah, but just being in the South for like a very long time and being like, oh, I'm not from any of that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny looking back on that. Being
Yeah.
from that small town mentality, just
Yeah, I left immediately. I got scholarship offers and I was the fuck out. What's crazy is that's the only dream I had. Once I got to college, I was like, damn, what do I want to do? Like, I fucking ran my ass off, fucking did all my schoolwork, like everything just to get out of town. And then when I got out of town, I was at Howard, so it took me a few semesters to think about what I wanted to do because I had just come out too.
oh.
So
Do
you
you
was
have
living-
any friends that went to HBCUs?
Yes, I do.
So-
Yeah, you do actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of my best friends, name is
Yeah.
Cody, white guy. He went to HBCU.
White guy.
Yeah, he went because that was the main school in the area,
Yeah.
Elizabeth City State University.
Okay.
Yeah, he went there and he was the minority.
Yeah. You know they be giving them minority scholarships
Yeah.
in black schools too.
Nah, it was one of those schools that like it was so very affordable.
Yeah.
People just stocked up on like scholarships and
smaller
grants and
school,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like people were eating off of their like refunds. So they just stay in school.
Yeah.
And then they would just be cooling until it came time to go back. So
Yeah.
See, I was on a track team at Howard, and when you go to a HBCU, most traditional HBCUs, your first year you have to stay in same-sex dorms.
Oh,
And I
shit.
just came out too. It was lit. I was answering my door in sports bra and basketball shorts. And I didn't even play basketball, nigga. Like I do not play team sports.
Like, yo, what's up? What's good? What's good? How you doing?
Guess she was like, yo, I braid hair. If anybody
Listen, I had a double to myself too. I had a crazy ass roommate. I got that bitch to leave. We got into a fight twice. I don't care. I got into a fight with her, and I got that bitch to leave. I had the whole dorm to myself for the rest of the semester in the cafeteria downstairs. That shit was nice.
Damn. How was that for that whole transition of like you leaving your hometown,
Yeah.
going to college, and then at the same time that you're coming out that it's like, hey,
It was crazy. I mean, when I came out because I signed my scholarship and nobody couldn't tell me shit. So I was having an affair with this girl. That's how I knew I was gonna get, but I wasn't sure. And then I was selling my car to my school for $175. Really, because it was evidence. I crashed into somebody's house.
whoa. You sold your car to your school?
Yeah, because we had an auto shop.
Oh, so they can work on it.
Yeah.
Got you.
So after I crashed into these people's house, I had a 1998 Bonneville, and it had a permanent upside down like frown, like the front grill did.
Yeah.
So it was crazy when I did that shit too, because I almost got away, but I was too scared to drive away. And this girl, black people, I love black people, because this girl witnessed it and she just kept walking.
That's
she didn't
it.
even stop. She
That's it.
Stopped
You
to see if I
just
was
keep it-
okay or nothing.
They acknowledge what's going on. I'm like, all right. And
But
then
the
you-
transition though, like it was great actually. I mean, like this was a few years ago, before being gay was cool or wildly accepted and shit.
Everybody was woke, insta
Yeah,
woke.
yeah. Like at Howard, they didn't
Quickest.
give a shit. Like the girls didn't give a fuck, because at Howard it's 60% women, mostly 40% men. So the girls was just happy to know I wasn't taking one of their niggas. Like they didn't give a shit, like at all.
okay.
And I was on the track team. My teammates didn't give a fuck. Like nobody seemed to care. But what's crazy is I didn't come out in college. I came out of high school. When I got to college, this girl who I knew back back in Michigan, but not in my high school, was jealous of how good I was making friends in the first 2 weeks and outed me. Yeah. Wow. She outed me because I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell them yet.
So petty, man.
She outed me, bro. And that shit was crazy when she outed me. But then my teammates was like, wait, bitch, we don't give a fuck. Like, we all here now. So I was good. And after that, like, I was lucky, though. Like, I don't know how many other people had this experience, like, transitioning from home and going to college and being gay.
That's
but, like,
a lot. That's a lot.
I was the first one in college in my family. It was crazy, too, because I didn't know. Okay, this is for real, for real. Like, I don't know if y'all got to believe this out, but, like, that ass pussy was a distraction. Like, it was so, because I was in my first time getting it. So I was just, like, on fire. I was on fucking fire.
And
like,
you in this maintained little bubble of an area where you can just kind of, like,
I'm in an all-girls dorm. All these curious girls.
Yeah.
And at black schools, you cannot have a visitor in your first few months of school.
Damn.
You can't have no visitors.
So just running through your dorm,
you feel me? See, this is the thing, though. I didn't, but it was this girl who was running through the girls in the dorm next to mine, and she was giving them all STDs. So I stopped fucking with bad people. Like,
damn.
I stopped fucking with so many girls. I was so tight. I couldn't. It was so many girls I would see say hi to her corny ass.
You
like,
just came out. He's like, yo, I'm about to run through these bitches. And then I'm like,
and they was giving the corniest bitch pussy. I couldn't believe it. This bitch was so. Her voice.
I just want to say thank you. It's not just dudes who be whack. I'm just telling you. I'm just letting
like,
you know.
It be bitches, it be niggas, bitches, everybody. All of these niggas, any nigga could be whack. And it was crazy because she was legit corny. Her voice sounded like a cartoon character. And girls thought that was cute because they didn't feel like she was going to fuck them over. And then they found out they had fucking herpes.
They felt safe.
Yo, it was girls trying to jump this bitch. That shit was funny.
Yeah, that shit is not to be
I was
played
a
with,
safe
man.
bet, but it was too late. It was too late for everybody.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. That's fucking wild.
Yeah, but I didn't fuck with that many girls on campus. It was too hot out there. Like, it was too hot. Like, I was actually fucking with grown women off campus.
Because that's like prime. That's like prime years to you just being like, fuck it. Especially you in college.
You trying shit. You away from your parents. You away from all this other stuff.
I had a 2.4 my first semester.
Oh shit!
Like, I graduated with 3.0, but I worked real hard after that first semester for real. I had a 2. I look back. I just found my transcript the other day. I found my transcript the other day and looked at it again. And I was like, maybe I should call the school. I found a class on my first semester that I don't remember ever taking.
Really?
So I just didn't go to my classes. I was just fucking the whole time.
Damn, dog.
And cheating on my biology exams. And I was pre-med. I changed my major real quick.
Damn, dog.
Any more about educating y'all about gay life.
You know what I'm saying? We here for it, though.
And you went to college at Howard, and then when did you transition to New York?
Like a few weeks after graduation, because they kick you out the day after graduation. They don't even give you time to so you just gotta leave. And my girlfriend at the time, like, she asked me if I wanted to stay with her. She didn't ask her roommate, so that was a lot of tension. And I'm pretty sure I wasn't a good girlfriend now that I think about it. Like, I didn't put shit back where I got it from.
You never were back then.
Hey, look,
you realize you're like, oh, I thought I was doing shit right.
I was a loving partner, but I don't know if I was a good partner.
Hey, we all have those moments, man. It was like, I ain't shit. Hey, you gotta give it a minute. It was like, I ain't shit.
I told my girlfriend some shit about how I cheated before yesterday, and she got real dry. I was like, I told you this shit before. I'm telling you now, so you know you can trust me. Like,
open door policy.
Right, I'm telling you now. But and then I got a call. It was crazy. I got a call from these people at an agency out here. So I did a group job interview out there, got accepted into the job, but I wasn't gonna get a lot of money from it or whatever. But it was like a salesperson kind of job for radio. But then I got a call from an agency out here, a big agency, who needed interns for the summer. And of course, when I got there, I found out that I was the diversity intern. Like, they chose me last minute. They let white girls who was freshmen get the better internship position than me, and just threw me to the whoever was left.
They just had you there for looks.
They just had me there. Yeah. So I made sure I had my hair shaved. I had a lip ring. I had a nose ring. I had a tongue ring.
All out.
I wore pants like this. Like, I was hella gay. I was like, fuck it then. Y'all can't give. And then I guilt tripped them into giving me $2,400. On top of my pay, so they can pay for me for a place to live. And they wasn't doing that with none of the interns, but I was the only black one, so I was like threatening to make them look
turn
bad.
down your own
employee.
black employee.
Yeah.
So like, I did that or whatever. At first, it was crazy though. My first few months here, I pledged in a fraternity, a co-ed fraternity at Howard. And they have a few of those, and it was really great because I was able to stay on somebody's couch when I first came here, and he's still to this day like my big brother. Like
those fraternities are dope.
They are.
They're really dope.
I didn't even know him until I moved here and stayed on his couch, and now he's like my brother. He went to every apartment, searched for me. And he was older. He was like 4 years older than me. He went to everything with me and made sure I picked the right spot. And then after that, shit was lit. Like I was doing my internship. I was, hustling on the side or whatever. White kids, they spend it. I charge white people more. Oh, I can't say white people?
No. Just be low.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just be low.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Respect my auntie house.
I was hustling, doing what I gotta do.
Got your little
and then
gigs. I see.
Yeah.
And then
That's all.
I'm nervous, like she fucking listening. Shit, goddamn.
She do. She crazy as hell.
I love that. Shit. I miss that shit. I've been doing whatever I want for too long.
Just have somebody check you out as
but
rein you in a little bit. Yeah.
But I was hustling, and then I was, making ends meet or whatever, and I got the job or whatever. While I was here, it was so fun because I was like, I first came here, I was like, oh, I need that for my resume or whatever. But then I was like throwing house parties, and then I got on this popular like YouTube series that was like a queer web series that was really fun with my friends, and we didn't have to do much but just be ourselves. So I found community when I moved here. Like that's the main reason why I moved to Brooklyn, because I knew that I could be openly gay and black in a black neighborhood and still feel safe. So that's why I moved here, and it's crazy to see so many white people walking around my neighborhood now, because people see me there now and they know they can tell I'm a transplant, but they don't know I've been there for years. I've been out here for a minute. And when I first moved here, all the white people that I work with will be like, oh, when they find where I live, they're like, oh, I heard that's a like really kind of dangerous area.
No, you know what the word is? You know what I noticed the word is? Sketchy.
Yes. It's really sketchy over there.
Sketchy.
You're
like,
right.
Oh, you mean there's black people hanging
yeah.
out?
Oh, man.
Sketchy guy. You don't want to say he was a dark-skinned man walking down the street.
That was that whole thing of me moving back where I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot what this was like to it. I've seen a white person walking around here before.
Yeah.
And that's that. What are you doing here?
Yeah. I was mad proud walking over here, and I was like, I ain't see one white person yet.
Not trying to blow his neighborhood.
Okay.
Not trying to blow his neighborhood.
Oh, I ain't gonna tell him where I ain't gonna tell him where I. They too scared to come out here.
Like a couple episodes
We
ago,
did.
we
It was
almost
like,
dropped
hey,
the locale.
hey,
It was
whoa,
like,
whoa.
Wait a minute.
But no, like I almost got hit by. I knew I was here. I knew I was home when I almost got hit by a car bumping Spanish rap. I was like, oh shit, okay.
I came up here last summer. These niggas was blasting so much 6ix9ine and shit.
Yo.
It's so ignorant. I love it.
He was their superhero for a minute.
Oh man,
For a hot minute.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This when it was like the Dominican Day Parade, I think. It was like a couple blocks up, big ass flag. They just hanging over somebody, like covered the side of a building. I don't even know where they got that shit from. Who made that for them? It was great.
Surplus shit.
It was great. It was dope.
No, I feel you on the communities here, man. It's like no matter what you are, like it's because everybody's so densely populated, you can find something for you.
Yeah.
In these communities, Brooklyn's great. Harlem's got all these different cultures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially for one reason why we even started this podcast was just like we sat down and realized it's like black people have been into pop culture stuff for years, and we've always just kind of either hit it or we're like, oh no, I play ball, or oh I'm into rap. But it's like, no, you sat down and you watched anime, you watched Saturday morning cartoons,
Star Trek,
Power Rangers, all that nerd shit. We all watched it.
You a Trekkie?
You a Trekkie?
Yo, my girlfriend. Look, people won't stop getting on me because everybody's trying to yell at me about Star Wars, and I don't give a fuck about that white shit.
Star Trek is definitely
Trek's
completely
been for
different.
us.
Yeah,
Get the fuck outta here.
I've had like one moment where I was hanging out with one of my great uncles, and it was like one of those times like I ain't seen him in a while, so he's like just me and my brother just like stayed the night. He just played Star Trek. I'm like, I'm not into this. I don't.
Wow.
Because it's so much dialogue.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's heavy dialogue based on like the interaction between the characters and stuff, and like what they're doing and whatnot.
Yeah.
Me, I just want to see something blow up.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's
but
real.
yeah, that's like, well, how did you feel about the remakes then that they did
Talking about Discovery?
of the movies? Yeah.
Oh, the remix. I don't care about the movies. That was real, still like white male centric. What I care about now. People keep making fun of me. I'm like the only person I know with a CBS All Access membership. I pay $7 a month for my membership, so I can watch Star Trek.
It hits There's a couple family members.
So you know they got
watch
some
it.
new shows now.
Yeah.
They got Star Trek Discovery with Sonequa Martin Green, a black woman,
Right.
playing a human raised by Vulcans, and Spock is her brother.
Ooh.
Yes, Spock is her half brother or her like adopted brother.
That's nice plot.
Spock did have a little. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I could tell he was like.
Oh,
had that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just announced that they're coming out with 2 more Star Trek shows while Discovery is running. Discovery's in its 3rd season now. They got
Is that the one Seth MacFarlane did or no?
No,
No,
that was like a.
His is like a parody type show.
like a sitcom.
But there's even a Arab dude who plays like her love interest. Yeah, they got mad brown people, gay people. They got they got a few gay icons in the show. Tig Notaro's in it.
Okay.
Tig Notaro's
Really?
Yeah, Tig Notaro's an engineer in it. At least in the 1st season. But they also just announced. You familiar with some of the old characters, right? Picard.
yeah,
Picard,
okay,
yeah.
They're coming out with Star Trek Picard with Stewart in it, still at his age now.
I saw a picture for that.
Yeah, I'm so hyped
yeah.
about. Don't give me a chance to talk about Star Trek. I'm so hyped.
What's the draw to it that will have you watching all of these multiple series run? Because they all seem to be, there's a ship, there's a captain, there's a crew, and then they have these adventures. But it's all about the crew interactions with each other.
Each of the ships, most of the ships all have different roles. Just like ships that we have, like USS ships. Some ships are science research ships.
Okay.
Some are like fighter ships.
Okay.
So some of them are exploration ships. So all the ships have different kind of concepts around like what they focus on for the Federation.
All right.
But also, it's just a deep history of just representing us, having black and brown people and Asian people.
Yeah,
in
even
the
the
show.
original one had a very diverse cast.
Yeah, and it had queer
Aurora
people.
She had black female like
Yeah.
co-star, Asian. Yeah, all pretty much.
Yeah, and
everybody's
he's
in
gay.
it.
He's openly gay. The
What's-
Asian guy-
it's Takei, George Takei.
Yeah, he's
yeah,
gay.
yeah.
Openly gay and like cunty as fuck.
Oh my!
But also, honestly, like I was talking to y'all before, like when I mentioned how much I love Xena. Like I used to stay up really late. I've had like insomnia, and I've had diagnosed unmedicated ADHD since I was a kid. So I can stay up really, really late. And I used to stay up late waiting to see Xena kiss Gabrielle. And after that would come on Star Trek. It was when it was UPN. I think they would play Star Trek.
Ooh, I think this is the first UPN reference we had on here.
Yeah, and they would still play that on there. WB and UPN would play Star Trek late at night, so that's how I first got turned on to Star Trek. Just staying up late at night. My mama let me have one of those turn knob. You know, I had a fork as an antenna.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My mama used to make me fix the TVs all the time. I'm like, I could have got shot so many times.
I remember we used to put aluminum foil on top of the antennas.
Yeah, give him a little doppler.
Oh
Yeah.
no, we was a fork family. We ain't wasting no foil on the TV, boy. We ain't wasting no foil.
Damn, TV with the knobs.
Yeah, I had a tiny little
click,
TV with the
click.
knob in my room,
Yeah.
and I used to sit in there, use the antenna.
That shit
and
was
stay
stiff
up
as a
late.
motherfucker too.
Yeah.
You had to turn that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I had after my knob broke off, I had pliers.
Yeah.
You had to use pliers and
little
a
monkey
fork.
grips.
Yeah,
Black people make shit for anything. I think a doorknob broke off in my grandmother's house, and somebody just put pliers onto that shit.
that's why my mama called it nigger rig. I thought that was a real term my whole life. I still can't stop but say, is it nick rig? What is it? I always said nigger rig for real. What is for real? What's the real?
I have no idea.
You know people say nigger rig.
I've never heard it.
You never heard it?
My grandmother said that in passing a couple times.
Yeah, like just
Yeah,
nigger rig
yeah.
TV. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just nigger rig. Resource.
No, actually, it's funny. I did find out like a couple falls ago when I went back home. I was chilling with my grandmother, and we were just talking about random stuff, and she told me that she watched Star Trek. It was on that same vibe of just like because the interactions between characters were so personal, it reminded her of like her soaps.
Yeah.
And it was just like, but granted, she also did like space movies and like shit blowing up occasionally and like just weird Doppler stuff. So it kind of was a weird mix for her.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't know people that old would even vibe with this.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's before us, and you're right. It is basically a soap opera in space. It's even shot really dramatically like one. But when I was a kid and I saw Whoopi Goldberg on there, she was an
Which one was
alien.
she
She was an alien. I remember she was an alien on there.
I don't know if she was. I don't think she was on Enterprise.
Voyager.
Maybe it was Voyager.
Okay,
Maybe it was Voyager. But I remember she had a nice fit of hair wrap. She looked like an African lady. They made her an alien. I don't know why. But and you know they had that one guy. What was
She
he?
ain't had no eyebrows.
With the,
That's why they explained it. It was like, Whoopi, we need to draw eyebrows. I don't want to.
All right, just make her an alien.
All right, just make her an alien, man. Goddamn, we already got her. Just write something, man. Please. We have Whoopi Goldberg. We got to make this work.
But I got back into it because now they put a black woman as the main.
That is dope. And it's a good story, right?
Sonequa left. It's so good. She's a good actress. Sonequa left The Walking Dead for this. Did you watch The Walking Dead?
She was what's her name, brother?
Yeah, the sister. When she remember when she killed herself.
Yeah.
Spoiler. When she killed herself, and then that was some bomb ass way to go.
It was that like I had stopped watching Walking Dead, and that was one of those. That
was
I
when
watched
she was
that
hiding
episode.
when she was hiding in the coffin.
Yeah,
they put her in the coffin.
Put her in the coffin so that she could come out and try to. Yeah, I remember that.
and they was gonna bring her out as bait to get everybody to come out the gates, but this bitch took a pill and killed herself and came on as a zombie.
Yeah,
almost got Negan's ass.
Yeah,
Negan respected her for that shit. Though.
It was. Yeah, that's what Walking Dead definitely lost me. Once after it was like after the prison, and I just started losing interest after that.
Yeah,
more and more.
Well, they're doing the same thing. It's a soap opera at this point.
Yeah,
like it's like these characters. You know they're not gonna die
because there's only 2 of the original cast left, right? Like 2 or 3.
Original. Let me
from
see.
the first season.
I'm trying to think if
2 or
anybody's
3
left from the first season.
Because it's the woman, Daryl.
And Daryl and McBride. She's left. Carol. Carol are left. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Unless they bring somebody back. But you know, they got Fear the Walking Dead and they put the black dude on Fear the Walking Dead.
With the stick?
Yeah.
With the stick.
Yeah.
Just to let y'all know, that's a literal stick.
They literally had a black woman with dreads, a samurai sword.
Bruh.
And they had a nigga with a stick.
Yeah.
Just whooping all types of ass. That's dope.
It was all badass.
I think behind the scenes he was trained by the guy that played Donatello in a live action Ninja Turtles movie. Yeah, that had like the.
He taught him in
nice
the woods, right?
like the behind the scenes, like
he did give me those vibes,
like basic stuff.
Vibes,
he was nice with it though. He was nice as fuck with that stick.
That's what I love about sci-fi, at least live action sci-fi now. Like they make they allow all the black actors to show their ass because they take in the script, but then you watch it because remember, Denai Guerrera for us was more of a newcomer on screen when she was Michonne the first time. Now she in Black Panther running shit. Now you know she's a playwright. I saw one of her plays
really
2-3 years ago. Yeah,
really?
her and what's her name? Why am I forgetting her name? What you call it from Black Panther? Lupita. Her and Lupita been on each other because Lupita was the star of Denai's play that was off Broadway.
I heard about that. The cast and Black Panther, like all of them knew each other.
They knew each other.
Yeah,
they been had a relationship, and I don't know if it came before or after that, but yeah, like they been to each other. So that's why I'm excited to see now. Like there's so many black actors coming out. I'm excited to see. Like I want to see an all black Thundercats now. Like. That'll be lit.
Yo, I've already told him. Because I've been watching Disney Plus a lot. Shout out to our possible sponsor, Disney Plus. Yo, they taking over every goddamn thing.
You been watching?
They're on. Yeah, I've been watching Disney Plus. They got me. They did a combo with Hulu and ESPN for $13. I'm like, okay, you got me at this point. But I'm watching Gargoyles now. I didn't realize how dark that show was. And secondly, like. First of all, a lot of black casting for the voiceovers for it, and then and I realized the way that they talk these characters up, they're basically black characers. Yeah. So it's like live action gargoyles. Yeah. That's it. That's what I want.
What was that shark show that was a cartoon?
Street
Sharks. Why did that exist?
Because everybody was chasing. Yeah, they were chasing that Ninja Turtles thing. Yeah. That's why everybody chasing.
Shark Week came out. Is that why?
They missed the wave. They missed it. Yeah, because you had Street Sharks, you had Biker Space from Mars, Biker Mice. From Mars, Mighty Ducks.
Wait, did you say Biker Mice from Mars?
Biker Mice from Mars.
Mm-hmm. That was the show.
That was the show. Biker Mice from Mars. Street Sharks.
SWAT
Cat. Yeah, anything they could do where they could make
basically take an animal.
I watched Mighty Max in the morning. I was watching Mighty Max.
Was some that was
he had that owl dude, right?
Yeah, and then it was a nigga.
I thought the owl was the same owl as the Tootsie Roll owl because I'm like, this nigga's in everything. Remember, what's that? I like the singer from the moon. I thought he was the same owl. I'm like, this nigga got
Looney Tunes. The Jolly Joes or whatever this shit is called. Yeah.
I like the singer about the moon and the June and the Springer.
That was a cartoon about black music appropriating white culture or like seeping into white culture. It was just like, don't you sing that noise.
So what was your Saturday mornings like? What were you watching back then when you were a kid?
When I had Saturday mornings, because like when I did track, our coaches made a point to shout out all the cartoons we weren't watching when we were training in the morning.
Wait, what?
Yeah, our coach. I had football coaches for girls track coaches. They
Okay.
would talk to us like we was niggas too. they be like, we be running around the track and running around. He's like, you know what they say about asphalt, right? And our parents would be sitting there watching, and he'd be like, if you fall on your ass, it's your fault. And I'm like, damn, these niggas don't give a fuck.
Wow.
Like, but when I had mornings, I think I was watching. Of course, one Saturday morning, like how could you not?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's a traumatic childhood, but I missed all the "I'm Just a Bill" songs. I don't give a shit about that.
Oh, that Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah, I don't
Rock.
remember Schoolhouse Rock.
I didn't really fuck with it because it was like the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
again.
They would like creep it in between commercials.
What kind of propaganda was that? Like,
It was just like we
Well,
got this old ass show, and it was sort of informational, but now that shit's
yeah,
because
because I don't know shit about fucking Congress or anything like that,
Yeah.
and they were trying to dumb it
The
down
clock
and teach it to
song
kids.
was-
Yeah.
actually, when you think about it, though, the bill was sad all the time
All
because
the
nobody
time.
was signing him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I guess it was real.
I ain't doing shit but
Yeah.
sitting on
I'm
these
just
steps.
sitting
It's
on
like-
Capitol. He was depressed. as
bureaucracy's
fuck.
a shit. It's like it's just fucking this ain't.
He had like separation anxiety
Yeah.
or something. But no, I was watching one Saturday morning for sure. I definitely distinctly remember watching Pepper Ann because I felt
Okay.
like I was the only black redhead in my neighborhood.
Okay.
My hair got darker since now, but it was like really red when I was a kid. And so I love seeing like Pepper Ann, Pippi Longstockings.
Did you like was it As Told by Ginger? Do you remember that shit on?
I
on
do
Nickelode?
remember that.
Yeah, that was
I
a
do.
deep cut
Pete
for some
and
people, but
Pete.
that shit was
Pete and Pete was my shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I think it never showed in the daytime, but I was always hoping they would show reruns of Are You Afraid of the Dark in the daytime? Because that shit was scary as a kid.
Very
Yeah.
That
traumatic.
fucking ventriloquist doll. Oh fuck, that shit was
The
scary.
episode with the ghost hunting the pool under the school.
Yeah.
They like dyed the water and it came out and it was just like blood red, just like they were really trying to scare the shit out of kids.
Yeah.
It was setting
Yeah.
the tone for when Blair Witch Project came out because that came
yeah.
out shortly after.
Yeah, that was something.
I
else.
I always stepped it up. I did Tales from the Crypt.
Oh yeah.
Early because I was like I was heavy afraid of like horror movies as a kid, and I used to have like bad nightmares and shit. And then one year I was just like I gotta conquer this, so I just started like forcing myself to watch stuff. And Tales from the Crypt was a big one for me, and then Tales from the Hood.
That's what I was about to say.
That was the one
yeah.
that like because I could never make it to the end with the dolls when they the dolls come to life, and I was like
slave dolls.
slave dolls come to life. That shit. I mean, I was literally you tell me I was running from the
And that set the tone. Isn't it crazy? Because people don't talk about this now, but because like a lot of movies that's from the hood be like be rated, and they don't be like.
Or you mean
they be supposed to be funny.
Leprechaun
In the hood, right? That was the era when they
had
started
two of
making
those.
all those movies from the hood, and it got too real. It was
Yeah.
okay to watch white girls get slain on screen, but when they started showing Leprechaun in the hood, and then Candyman came out, and I lived in the projects, I was
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
they're talking about remaking Candyman.
I heard about that,
Oh
yeah,
my
and
Yeah,
They
Jordan
gonna try-
Peele's supposed to be behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
that shit is
Yeah.
gonna be fucked
Yeah.
up.
It was already just a creepy ass premise. The dude-
Candyman and it was super. It was like
He was killed because he was in a relationship with a white woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how they did it was pretty much just like torture. Have a bunch of bees. They cut his hand off.
cut his hand off.
Stung to death by bees.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they did
Yeah.
something
Swung
else.
a bee- yeah.
Yeah.
And then he came back, and then he like framed that one white woman who was living. Was she living in the projects, or was she helping?
She was helping. She was working in the
She was
project.
a social worker, yeah, and she like supposedly she was framed to kill that girl's baby. Or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
I just remember him killing a little boy in a public bathroom in the hood, and I was like, I'm not going to no bathroom. Fuck that. Fuck
I don't care
that.
how neutral it
Yeah.
is.
That shit was scary, and I remember that whole summer, me and my cousins would lock each other in the bathroom and be yelling "Candyman, Candyman." outside
Oh,
the
that's not funny.
bathroom.
That's
That shit was
that's not.
chill. Quit playing.
Stop playing.
Look, it was either that or kick the door open while your cousin taking his shit, take a flame and take the aerosol. I got my eyebrows singed off one time, for sure. I did.
Yo, niggas did the wildest shit.
Yeah, that was
The
fun.
wildest shit. Oh man, this wow. We all deserve a Purple Heart for just making it out the hood. That's it.
For real though.
We all deserve. Just
No,
doing,
we've talked about it. I think we talked about it before on a previous episode about just like like playing Nigga Knock,
Oh, with
playing
Stefan.
with
Yeah.
Stefan. We just talking about like all the dumb games we played that were just like, nigga, we just committing crimes
Yeah.
in kid form. Like that's all we
Terrorizing
do.
the neighborhood and shit. Yeah.
Stealing for sure.
Yeah.
Stealing. Oh yeah.
Stealing from the 7-Eleven because there was nothing else to do.
Yeah.
There was
Yeah.
nothing else. We walked to the 7-Eleven a mile away like 4 times in one summer day just because there was nothing else to do.
I remember I watched that movie All About the Benjamins with my friends. And there's a scene where Mike Epps is basically playing a dumbass in front of the store owner
yeah.
so that these 2 white ladies could just steal all the shit. And we just did that shit with my friends. It was like, what if one of us goes in there and just acts an ass, and then the rest of it just walk around the store like, oh,
Stealing snacks and shit.
Get the hubble bubble, man. Get that.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Nerds Rope. That was when Nerds Rope was.
Was you from the hood too?
Oh, Section 8 all day.
Okay, so you got the summer lunches and shit.
I got the free lunch.
The summer free lunch. with
Filling
the
out
little
that big ass
carton.
bubble note that's just like put all them zeros down for
So did
income.
y'all have candy houses?
Candy lady?
Nah,
Oh yeah,
I had
a candy lady.
Candy house?
Nah,
New York, you can't
yeah.
trust your kids to walk in somebody's house and come back
Grandma-
out.
Grandma stayed
Yeah.
with the snacks on deck.
No,
She-
it's
she
smart
kept them.
because I know those ladies exist now. They basically what they do is they go to Sam's Club or they go to Costco.
Yeah.
They
My
buy these
teacher
bulk
did that.
joints.
My teacher did that. She
Yeah.
sold it in between.
They go.
classes.
All they do is they
Paying
get
for
the
y'all
54
supplies.
bag of chips, like the big ass thing of snacks. They
Yeah.
pay $15 and then
Yeah.
charge all the kids $2 because it's like
Yep.
you leave the house, your parents are like, "Look, I'm not getting you any of this dumb shit. Like your lunch money is for your lunch, whatever it is. You get your snacks, but you
True.
take all that money." She posts up right by the bus stop. 'Cause she
Lunch
know that's
money?
where the kid.
Your parents gave you money for lunch.
Occasionally, I had a
Oh,
hustle.
nice.
I had a hustle.
Oh, I just found
Yeah.
food stamps and stole food
Yeah.
stamps and sold and gave them.
We might have viewers that have parents, so I'm trying to relate.
America, you see what they did to us?
I didn't want to tell people that I was burning CDs for $5
That's
a
real,
pop,
that's
so that
real.
niggas could get.
Hey, look.
But
that was a hustle.
however you got your money, you would take that money and you would go to the candy lady's house and you just
I
get
found
like
a
Skittles
pack
and
of
shit.
food stamps one day, and I ain't had no friends at first. I had a bunch of friends by the end of that week. I took
man.
everybody on a shopping spree to the candy house.
EBT.
And the
man.
candy house where I'm from, your cans are 10 cents a can. So I used to collect. I used to be hustling as a kid. I used to ride my bike around the neighborhood. Everybody else was playing hopscotch, all that other bullshit with their friends. I didn't need no friends. I was making money. I was riding my bike with a little black trash bag and just picking up all the litter, all the bottles and stuff in the street. I had $5 by the end of every other day.
Damn.
Yeah, I used to be hustling.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I wish I could hustle like that now.
It's like you lose. It's almost like because it was so hard that you just like, damn. Like, that shit was
I paid my
exhausting.
dues. Like,
Yeah, I already
Yeah.
went through it, man.
all my friends be activists and shit, and I'm like, that's because y'all grew up in the suburbs. I already did this shit. Like,
Yeah, I had my
Y'all
first
doing this
job.
for me.
I
That's what
resist
can-
by existing.
Yeah.
My first job, I was like 15, and then like just doing that for 5+ years, I was like, I'm over it, man.
Yeah.
This job shit is some bullshit. That corporate America, all that nonsense, like jobs are created, it's stupid. It's just dumb. I need to find something. I'm so happy, like I found just comedy and just the whole
Yeah.
entertainment world was like
Yeah.
it's all on me.
Yeah.
Whatever I want to do, especially now with the internet.
Yeah.
Which what we're doing right
Well,
now.
and that's the thing. You can make money off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is at least enough to eat. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody,
Yeah.
you got to get over that thing, I think.
Or maybe if
especially
it's
for
not
us.
immediate payoff, it's just
Yeah.
that people see it and then you can eventually just build it to make it be something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's about it.
The only thing that's hard about that I watch a lot, because like I work in a space where I literally optimize video all day, every day.
Okay.
And it's just funny to me because it's like I be looking, I'm like, fuck this, I'm about to quit and be a YouTuber. Like I'm about to just get some people to send me money for food and just do
Yeah.
a mukbang video. Fuck it. Maybe with like a little bit of titty, a side boob showing or some shit. But
That's always the catch.
Yeah.
That's the yeah.
I'm
But
not
that's
just
the
watching
thing.
you eat.
But it depends on exactly.
Right.
Everybody, it's so funny because content like that, for one, is like completely family friendly, but we know somebody is fapping off to it.
Oh,
Like,
my
you
God.
know somebody's fapping
Oh,
off to it.
you see
Yeah.
these cosplayer accounts that they just is off the rip. They're just like, hey, you want to see my news? So here's
Yeah,
the link.
friends,
yeah.
friends only? Or
Friends
fans
only.
only?
Fans
yeah,
only.
Fans only.
Join my Snap Premium
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
they
They would
got
have
the,
found me in summer school and college. They could have got me on that thing, like for sure.
They got
Yeah.
like they even do that now with some companies doing that with voice actors now. So it's just like you can't make it to this con where it's just like, all right, you just pay however much money to have like a one-on-one like
Oh, well,
FaceTime.
FaceTime
yeah.
with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
a FaceTime. I
Yeah.
sent in an audition to this one place. They do they pay you a lot too. They do voice over. They do voice over like sex stories. So you could just like,
wow,
and you get bread from that. I'm like, let me.
Now
look.
people really into. It was a friend of ours. He told me about like it's like reading it. He was like that's my shit right there. I was like, all right, that's.
Yeah.
I
mean, we live in a world where what AMSR is like a porn category.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
Technically.
just like
Ugh, I don't want to hear
sounds
it.
of whatever. Yeah, they just
I'm so gay and I love that sound when I'm doing it, but I can't.
Somebody stirring up a pot of mac and cheese.
yeah. Oatmeal.
Yeah, let's do that, y'all. We need some money. Let's just do an ASMR page and just take
record my aunt cooking.
Exactly. And for the people who like dogs licking their toes while they fucking, just had a dog barking in the background.
That's disgusting. God damn it, man. Well, my cat would do that. I'm like, nigga, go somewhere, man. Don't be doing that shit here.
Cats is freaks, though. They've been around since we've been onking our sexual energy as Egyptians.
Yeah. Just chilling.
That's why they just be looking and waiting for you to finish. They be like, I don't fuck with cats. I fuck with cats, but I don't fuck with cats.
I will always keep my. I'm like, you gotta go, man. Daddy gotta do something.
The thing is, the dog could be done, but the cat know what you're doing. They just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They staring at you the whole time. Yeah.
They get that arm under the door.
What are you doing?
Oh my God.
What are you doing?
What you doing? I know you over there.
My cat would get bad when she would like scratch the door and she would jump and make like a mad like loud noise or whatever, like hitting
Are you
the door.
serious?
Yeah, she had
Fuck that bitch. I want to get in there.
I got mad one of the first times I actually like in my own apartment, like actually just moving out, being on my own. Had a girl over and like I wake up, I'm like, yeah, and my fucking cat just comes from out under the bed. I'm like, you motherfucker,
Was there the whole time?
this nasty motherfucker,
Yeah.
bastard.
You ever been watching porn on your computer or your phone and you know how your cat ever walk up and like push it down? You know how they don't like when y'all be on y'all phone? Your cat ever be like, fuck this.
I've had to just lick my elbow. I'm like, come on, man.
Like,
I'm done.
Almost there.
I'm done. I got to reset. 24 hours later. I can't.
Motherfucker.
That's what I don't miss about having pets. Just them being in my business. Like
All the time.
all my
Just
socks
there.
match now.
Yeah.
You know, fair to steal.
Really?
That's why I like them niggas though. They sneaky. They just steal shit. One time,
What's your ferret's name?
My ferrets was Riot and Sweet Pea, and it was spelled like pee, like pee pee, like piss.
Riot, Sweet Pea.
Sweet Pea.
And riot.
Yeah.
Damn.
I love them fucking ferrets because also like having a weird pet like that lets you know which girls is really down. You know what I mean? Like girls will be like, oh, I'm so scared. Like fuck that, you can get out of my house.
Yeah.
Like,
Say
but I had house parties sometimes, and it was girls. I had girls trying to multiple girls at a time trying to stay over. Like they're so cute. I'm like, yeah, they is. First off, too, rub it on your chest.
Yeah, get up in there.
You're so cute.
Yeah, Riot.
I can kind of agree with that because like if you go to a girl's house, like depending on what pet she has, like you can tell like what she into. Like,
Yeah.
like, if you go to a girl's house, she got turtles. Like, oh, you a freak. Like,
Yeah,
Really?
you down. You
Yeah.
open minded.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Any caged animal, like you like, yeah.
And my ferrets, I let my ferrets roam
Chinchillas,
around.
I'm like, okay, yeah, you.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm trying to meet a
You
girl
a
with a
furry.
sugar glider. I'm trying to meet a girl with a sugar glider.
Sugar glider.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
If your pet flying all around the room, that means you willing to hang from the ceiling too. Shit.
This is true. This is a good point.
Yeah, you're not
This is
lying.
very
Girls
good
with
point.
cats,
Yeah.
that's boring to me. That's
Dogs. Oh
boring.
yeah, you're like, all right, yeah, yeah.
At least she might be active.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A little bit.
Yeah, that sugar.
She ain't gonna complain when you want to take the
Yeah.
train.
If
instead
you got a
of Uber.
chameleon, yep.
Ooh.
Yeah. You like public shit.
No, she like to share. Chameleon
like to
eyes go both ways. She down.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Tell us about your love of Xena. What was that like the first time you ever seen Xena? Because it was public television like back in. It was a couple of shows out like that. Well, like first and foremost was Hercules and Xena, and then they branched off from there
And
with
it
like
was
a bunch of
crossovers.
other weird shit.
Yeah.
I think the gay appeal of both shows, because I mean, like at the end of the day, I'm not saying anybody watching Hercules gay, but it was very homoerotic still.
Yeah,
Kevin
it's a dude
Sorbo,
with
his
a
little
ripped shirt
manservant
just punching people.
with a little blonde manservant who
Right.
followed him everywhere. So that was like, at first I was like, oh, this is cool, you know. And then when Xena came out, I just thought it was so badass that this girl, because I was like such a little tomboy. I was like, oh, this girl's like jumping around and kicking niggas and that was problematic for sure. That was problematic. Didn't know that at the time. And I was like, oh, she got a blade that she just throw at niggas, a boomerang and shit. But then when I didn't care much about her having this girl companion until the episode. Like, I cared a little bit, and I can't really say what part of it like struck me, like the gay chords in me. But when she kissed her when she died in one of those episodes, after that I was hooked. And it's like you know, I'm sure it's like presumably straight dudes, like your first time kissing a girl, after you kissed a girl, you knew it was no turning back. You was gonna want to do that again and again and again.
It was definitely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely after fucking for the first time, I was like, oh, this is lit.
That's what kissing a girl was like for me, and that's definitely what watching Xena was like for me. Because I was just like, it was the one space where that homoerotic tension was acceptable and there was no name on it. Nobody was calling it that, and I didn't know that's what it was because I was like, I don't know, I was like 7 or some shit when that shit came out, 8, and I was watching reruns as I got older, and I think I kind of knew it was queer, but like that wasn't nobody business. Plus Xena had like niggas, she was bi, she had niggas, she had girls, you know, just the stuff with girls was not as explicit, you know what I mean? Like, because if you
they were
watch
sort of
it,
like that, like we're insinuating something's happening, but it's
yeah,
not
because
really.
she had to. Xena was poly, okay? Xena was poly because she had the companion, but also she had this arch nemesis who was blonde named Callisto. And Callisto and her used to fight a lot, but it was, if you watch it now, because I rewatched Xena as an adult, and I binged it like me and my girl was watching the L Word. Like, it was so gay. I had to pause on some jokes because I'm like, yo, how was my mama letting me watch this? There was one joke, she was fishing. They was in the pool naked, which was supposed to be okay. They 2 girls.
This is on regular TV.
On regular TV, bro.
No cable, no nothing, just the antenna. Yeah.
They was in the pool naked, and they was, you know, bathing or whatever, and Xena was fishing at the same time, and I don't know what she said, but she made a sexual innuendo about the fish, catching the fish, and them being naked, and they got real close, and I was just sat back. First of all, I was wet as fuck after I saw that. I was like, oh my. And now I was starting to think, like, was I wet all my whole childhood, and I didn't know it? Like, there was so much gay shit on TV, and it's crazy, because I'm like one of the few girls who missed the Sailor Moon boat. I think it was just like it being animated. A lot of that went over my head. And it was because I wasn't a girly girl. It wasn't a show that appealed to me that much because I was just like, I was very much like, my mom let me, I had long red pigtails, but my mom let me dress like crisscross. Like my regular girl clothes, but was all backwards. My mom let me dress like crisscross as a little girl. So, you know, I was still so much a tomboy that like, some of that stuff didn't appeal to me. But then when I got a little bit older and I wasn't living with my mom anymore, I was living with somebody else for a little bit. And I was probably like, damn, I don't know how old I was, man. It was probably like, I was probably like just 9 or something. But I remember, maybe I wasn't 9. I think it was when I was younger. But I remember faintly because I thought that it wasn't nothing that happened again. I remember after one day I was watching Baby Huey. I used to love Baby Huey.
What was Baby Huey?
Baby Huey was like this giant, oversized chick, like a chicklet.
Okay.
That like he was fat, and honestly, I think he was developmentally challenged.
Okay.
You know, but in cartoons they got away with shit like that. He was weird.
I remember Wayne Head.
And right, I was like, and people used to, my head was big. People used to call me Wayne Head. I used to hate that shit, bro. I used to hate that shit, and I hated the PJs because I lived in the projects, and I was like, ain't nothing funny. And I was like, we don't got rats in the country. Fuck that. But no, after Baby Huey, I saw the first ever Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball.
Okay.
That was my introduction to anime. Dragon Ball, and after Dragon Ball came on, the first Mega Man episode came out that would hit the US. And it was when he was young Mega Man, when he barely had all of the shit he had that he graduated to.
Yeah, Mega Man, it was just like hit. You kind of saw it and then it went away. Like
I remember distinctly the first episode of Dragon Ball when I forgot the girl name, but when she pulled out one of those pills and it turned into a house, and I was like, oh shit, I'm in. I'm in for this show. Yeah. But it's crazy because like then when I got a little bit older and I was trying to conform to being, I was such a nerd growing up. I was such a nerd in my own way. Like I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was like the only kid in the projects with a subscription to Popular Science for Kids. Like
really,
yes,
like the magazine.
Is that the Scholastic Book Fair? Like, let me get the science kit.
Yeah, I had the science mag subscription when I was a kid, and it's crazy. I used to hang out after I used to make my $5 every other day. I used to hang out in this weeping willow overlooking the playground and just watch niggas play and read. I was such a nerd, bro. But it's crazy because then when I got older, that's when when I was in high school, I had a boyfriend who was deeply into anime, and that wasn't as cool then, but he was one of the popular guys, and he was into anime and underground rap. And it's so crazy now living in New York because I knew a little, like, sometimes you know how you forget that you have a memory and then it pop up in a context, and there's so many random things I know about underground rappers' first songs who are big rappers now, or like he used to love like Tech Nine and MF Doom,
All them niggas like that.
yeah. And I was like this girl trying to be femme but also not into that shit, so I was just like learning from him. I used to have to watch anime with this nigga all the time, and I just thought because he was a nerd I was like, this nigga safe, like ain't nobody fucking with this nigga because they don't give a fuck about what he talking about. And then he put me on to video games, and I played Halo for the first time. Ooh. And then I just started going to that nigga's house just to play Halo. Honestly, like we was fucking as teenagers, but I was legit going to his house to play. Yeah. I would literally, once I figured out how to play Halo, I would like daydream about playing Halo.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like I was daydreaming, and I had to stop playing. I don't play video games no more because I was like, I think I have an addictive personality when it comes to video games.
Nah, video games is definitely it's died off now to what. It's because everything they need the internet connection and all this other bullshit. It kills it for me to where like I'm buying like all the old shit now, like the stuff we got up right here. But like, hey, oh man,
Halo it was at that perfect point though. It was at the perfect point where like online was popular, but it wasn't a requirement.
Yeah,
so you could still do split screen type stuff. You could still bring people over to the house. And then it was just like sci-fi fantasy, shooting a bunch of weird shit.
Yeah,
the controls were perfect because it was like a port from a PC game basically.
I want to play video games with y'all.
Yeah,
I haven't played video games in so long. I want to play with y'all one day.
All right, we're gonna hit you up after this episode. We'll hit you up. We might have some stuff in the works.
Yeah, but I'm a novice. I'm the nigga. I like to troll too when I don't know shit. So just be ready for that. You know how many niggas been wanting to fight me after playing spades? Niggas love studs love spades. That's their game.
We did Oak City
Comedy Festival in Raleigh.
When I say like when somebody said, "Oh, we playing spades," like a fucking signal went in the sky. I swear, it was just like everybody knew it was like this is what we doing, and then there was just people there all day. Them
niggas played spades and Uno back to back. You couldn't tell what they were playing.
I played Uno for sure.
They
but
kept the same energy with that shit.
Yeah. But like there's different sets of rules to Uno. There's like nigga rules, and then it's like the game rules.
Yeah, before you start, you have to be like, what rules are we playing? But you have to.
Because I played with this Puerto Rican girl like a few months ago, and she was like, no, these are the rules. And she pulled out real rules. And I was like, girl, that's not how I learned. Me and my cousins play like this.
Yeah. All right, now. Come on now. Let's make this fun.
Oh, speaking of Puerto Ricans.
You Puerto Rican?
No, but I've been told. No, we were talking about this earlier. Yeah, your girlfriend's Filipino. I've been told that Filipinos are definitely considered Puerto Ricans.
Consider Puerto Ricans. I'm not saying I'm with a Filipino person, but they like Afro Asians in a sense when it comes to they like oppression. Cause like dating her, I was not trying to date this girl before. I only date black women, like legit. And then like she was persistent, and I was like, you know what, I feel bad. Like I don't want to treat this girl this way. It's still a woman of color. You know, if she was white, I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah. But I was like, it's still a woman of color, and she considered herself brown because she's like a browner Asian. So I was like, okay, we hung out or whatever. And then like I was like, oh, she was actually mad cool. But honestly, like I need my girls with a little bit of like generational trauma. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when I found out, when I especially found out that like, cause she's a journalist too. She's a dope journalist. And I found out that Filipinos were slaves for the same amount of time we were slaves in their own town. I was like, okay, like I can fuck with you, I guess. Like that's real. You know, you understand slavery.
You feel it. You felt it.
Felt
it. Yeah.
Bondage.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Brings us together. Yeah.
A past guest up here, Idris Alton. He's from the Bay Area, and he said that he used to hang around with the Filipinos. He's like, those were our Puerto Ricans out there.
Yeah, I could see that. So I'm about to go there for Christmas. Okay. I've never been to LA. I'm about to go there to meet her mama and all of her family, like all of her friends. They all Filipino except for like one dude who's Viet. And it's just she's from like a very Asian community. She told me yesterday, she was like, we was talking about whiteness. We talk about this shit all the time. And she was telling me, she was like, honestly, growing up, I thought white people were the minority because where I'm from, everybody's black and brown.
Ain't that some shit? That's
she was
crazy.
like, I did not. She was like, and whiteness is so basic where I'm from. Like, I did not even realize that it was like a different thing and concept here on the East Coast. But like, I'm about to go there. I'm about to have a Filipino ass Christmas, and I'm about to be like the only black. What's crazy? She going to Thanksgiving with me. She about to be the only non-black person. And she about to be the first. I don't even know if anybody in my family know any Asian people. That's why I'm so nervous. These niggas gonna ask her. I feel like they're gonna ask her about Chinese food. Like I'm
they're going to.
I know.
They're going to.
But she knows, so that's fine at least. That's fine at least. But like, she be telling me lies about other Asians though, so I could look stupid in front of other Asian people.
Really?
Yeah, we be eating Korean food all the time, and she be telling me lies. She told me a lie about a word one time. It was the name of the restaurant. She was like, "Yeah, they say it when they want to say cheers." And then at the end of the day, she literally just decided to tell me the truth. I literally would have went around Korean people yelling this. She told me another lie yesterday. We was at dinner. I don't even know what she lied to me about, but I learned now just to not repeat nothing she tells me. Like, she be trying to, and now I'll be telling her nigga lies. So I'm gonna try to see if she say some dumb shit to my family. But it sucks dating somebody that's smart too. Like, she's a smart journalist. Like, I'll be telling her facts, nigga facts. Like, we are lactose intolerant. You know what I mean? And she fucking pulled out her computer to look it up. Like, how dare you ask Google? I'm right. It's a nigga in front of you.
Right.
Like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Google don't know shit about shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see them being put like the Puerto Ricans within like a black community, like how Puerto Ricans are here, kind of, because they're oppressed, they're POC. But the thing about them is, like, Puerto Ricans here, some of them can get away with white passing. Asians can, but there is a proximity to whiteness for Asian people though. So I can see how there is a thing there.
That goes up to like the corporate world almost. Like the business, like the job and whatnot, like the field that you're in. Yeah. Was just like you can talk the same lingo, you're good. Yeah. No matter where you're at. Yeah. It all depends on just fuck what you look like. What do you know? How do you talk? Can you communicate with the people you're
You saying that's what corporate life is like?
It's like, well, like going past going past the corporate life. Well, it's just like you see that heavy influence of like the white and Asian people together. Was just like, well, they know the same lingo. Yeah. And whatnot. Versus like
they sort of end up grouping up a little bit quicker.
But you know what? That's the thing though. The West Coast Filipinos, now that she been dating me, like, she's just like, I code switch less. She code switches less, and I'd be so proud when I be hearing her say, like, "What you gonna do?" I'm like, "Oh my god, like, you about to fit in with my family?" Like, she's straight up, like, you know, like, that's why I'm really curious to go out there and see, like, what is it like amongst a different POC, like, oppressed a community that's experienced oppression from Spanish people in the United States. I mean, the Spanish people fuck Filipinos up so hard, like, in a similar way we was fucked up. Like, them niggas, like, their language, what they call themselves has changed completely. Like, they weren't even Filipino, that's named after, like, the guy who was, like, the monarch at the time, Felipe or whatever. Like, they done some fucked up shit to Filipinos. That's why I feel like I'm okay dating somebody of another race that's been oppressed, because the way I see it is like the rest of us should just like band together and enslave white people eventually.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And like some of them, and then some of them could be indentured servants.
She said it.
Oh shit!
This is purely comedy, y'all. There's no truth to what I say, just a little bit, but a lot.
This is a Negro jump first.
But nah, wouldn't that be a crazy concept for like? Have y'all been watching Watchmen?
What? I heard it's dope. I heard it's dope.
Y'all, it's. I know that's like, cause y'all are like doing deep cut, like, nerd culture, but Watchmen has taken being black in America and comic book writing in a whole nother way. I cannot believe
the fact that they informed a whole generation of white people of what happened in that town in Oklahoma. They didn't know about it. I'm like, I didn't know about Black Wall Street.
That was my favorite unknown thing. I have books on it in my room because I'm sitting here trying to figure out how to write a screenplay about it, and these niggas just fucked me over and mixed it with sci-fi in a way that is so sickening. Like, y'all have to see it. Like,
you gotta just
what's it streaming on?
You gotta just say it.
What's it streaming on?
It's on HBO, so you gotta get somebody log in. I got mad logins. I don't never remember my password to shit, but I know everybody else's password to everything. I could give you my friend's family Xfinity.
I might have to link up with somebody.
My old roommate from 2 years ago, I still got this nigga's family Xfinity login.
Damn.
I made her promise when she moved out that she was still gonna tell me when they changed the password. That nigga that's a Detroit nigga. She kept her word too.
Damn,
she sent me the new password.
I remember I was gonna tell you when I worked in a deli in Wilmington years ago. It was like a big, like, heavyset black woman who was like heavy in anime, and like shit creeped up on me. She was like 45, and I was like 20, and she gave me her Crunchyroll password for like
That's
the
wild.
first for like 3.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
dope.
It was
Yeah,
heavy.
you talking about Disney Plus, man? Just get my girlfriend, her friend got it, and I made a profile for my girlfriend on her friend's account.
Yeah,
Now I got it on my phone. We good.
yeah.
I like the only thing I pay for are Netflix and CBS All Access for Star Trek. That's the only thing I pay for. I don't pay for nothing else. I got everything.
Yeah, and now it's like just what do you want to see? Because now everybody's getting straight to the point. Disney is going to they already killing it now. It's like, all right, took the Netflix formula with all of our shit that we know y'all want to watch.
Yeah.
There's at least 10 different shows that we know that we have that y'all want to watch.
And
I
then
hope
now
so.
it's like with it they're like, because all the fan hype is hyping up, they're gonna just end up doing exclusive re-releases of shows and like all sorts of stuff there. Like they already talked about, I guess for like Disney Plus the Lizzie McGuire show, they want to do a live action reboot.
Nah,
again.
I'm good.
That's what they want.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff you can just leave it alone.
I don't want to see that, but I would love to see Even Stevens with Shia LaBeouf now as like an uncle or some shit.
crazy.
That'd be lit.
I barely watched that show. I was
I
like,
used
this
to
nigga
love
just
Even
I
weird.
Stevens.
want to. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen the interviews he's done for it and like the synopsis for Honey Boy.
Yeah.
I gotta catch it. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Where it's just like this dude was like living in a motel with his dad while that show was being shot, and he was just like his dad was just like on some like I'm gonna live my life through you shit. And he was just like a really bad dude. Like it was just like yeah.
Okay.
But he loves him, but he's like a bad. I was like, yo, that's deep. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I can't wait to, but I don't know. Like, I'm kind of nervous to see because Disney already, get on Disney Plus this week. They already got some original content. Like, they came strapped. They already got shit on.
Mandalorian's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
I
Like,
haven't watched it yet.
the way like it's paced out very much like a western almost.
Okay.
Like a western bounty hunter type.
The
shit.
thumbnail for it looks like a western.
Yeah.
It looks like a western.
Very much like that. That's what I was thinking. I was watching it and I was like, it feels kind of slow for like a sci-fi movie. And then it's like, oh no, this is like I don't know, like not even like Little House on the Prairie, but more like a Howdy Doody type show. It's like very slow paced. He's hunting a target, and it's gonna take a while. He gets into trouble. He's gotta learn how to ride.
They just jump right into it.
Yeah, they jump into it. Like you don't. There's no like starting to it. He's a bounty hunter. You know what's up. Like even the references they throw out, like they throw out these mad like they don't talk about money. They're like, oh, give me the token, give me the thing, and it's like you don't even know what this shit is until they show it to you.
Was that your first watch on Disney Plus? What's your first 3 watches?
First 3 watches: Gargoyles, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Okay, word.
Because I didn't realize just how gangsta Mosby was. That nigga ran that hotel like a mob boss. Yo, he was just like,
I'm talking about the feminine black dude.
Yeah. He was just like
he was well dressed too.
Very well dressed. Yeah, and then Mandalorian. I've been like still watching Mandalorian. Yeah.
You watch it yet?
Just got it yesterday. Mighty Ducks, the cartoon show.
Got it.
I watched like 1 episode of that, and then before earlier today, my brother was like, "Yo, pull up the last hour of Endgame."
Oh yeah.
That whole fight. That whole fight.
Oh,
with that. I was like, "That was an hour."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was like. I need
That's
a
my
break
shit.
from all
I
this
finished
Marvel
that
shit,
this
man.
morning. I finished that this morning. I was
Endgame?
watching. Yeah, because like I saw it twice, I think, but I was like, I want to see it again. Like I just want to pick it apart again.
It was a good way to just cap off 10 years of this shit.
Yeah,
It
I
was,
hit
it
a
was.
fucking. I realized we were watching it, and I realized the one in like when he looks at when Tony Stark looks at Doctor Strange, where it's like he realizes that Thanos can take one of the jewels out. He's just like, why don't you just try that shit? Like, oh, why don't I just try taking the jewels out?
Yeah.
He didn't know you could do that until he did it. He's like, one other thing. I was like, oh shit, I didn't even notice that in the theater. I was like, in that one moment.
Yeah, a lot of little
They were
pieces
smart
they
for being just these like heavily box office produced superhero movies. They put a little bit of thought. Like there's like that little bit of like nerd.
After Civil War.
Yeah.
After they did when they announced Civil War, I was like, you can't do that. You have to introduce Spider-Man, and he was like a key player in that. He was like, well, we'll introduce Spider-Man and just keep it to how we've flown the story now. So it's like they kept the overall same theme of what it was in the comic books, but they just did their own thing. After that, I was like, all right, y'all can do it.
Yeah.
Y'all can do it.
When they first did Iron Man, like there's a documentary about that.
Really?
So that's the cool thing about Disney Plus.
Do
They have a documentary on Disney Plus called Making a Universe, and it's about how they started to build the Marvel universe. How Iron Man, the first Iron Man didn't work out, wasn't about to work out, and how, you know, they had to really pull it together, and how people passed them on it so many. Those niggas feel sick now. They passed them on it so many times, especially with Robert Downey Jr., but how Gwyneth Paltrow like wanted to play in it because it was his comeback. And that was the best decision she probably ever made in her life. Pepper Potts, like, but it was crazy to see how like they really were like passionate about it, but nobody else was really believing in it. Cause you know, we had Batman and all this other shit.
Nobody's seen the actual vision of what they were trying to do.
Nah.
Nobody's seen it. Terrence Howard did. That's why he asked for way more money.
And then they were like, nah.
Yeah.
But he needed to be patient.
Wait on it.
He should have been patient though. But honestly, I don't want Terrence Howard in the Marvel universe no more.
Really?
Something about him, that guy's sketchy. He's sketchy.
Yeah, I heard
he is a little out
It's
there.
something about him that freaks me out a little. He looks like that creepy light skinned uncle that your auntie told you not to sit on his lap at the barbecue.
He's a little
you know?
Yeah.
That whole thing, like, why is 2 + 2 = 4, man?
Yeah.
It's that weird.
It's
weird
something
shit.
about him. He's a
little
good
too
actor.
on point.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think with that trick, after he did with that trick, I was like, nah, I can't fuck with this
was
thing.
fire.
It was cool.
That was a cool movie.
No, it was on that shit where like ever since for the last 10 years, like being in the MCU makes your career now. Like you are that like you just like, oh, you signed up, you got the check. Now you're this for 3 movies and you are gonna make bank for the rest of your life.
Even in Netflix.
Yeah.
Even in Netflix.
Yeah, you're known as that character. Yeah, the guy that played Luke Cage. You were forever Luke Cage.
Yeah.
The guy that played fucking Daredevil. He was in what was that? Boardwalk Empire.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he was like a minor character.
I
in Boardwalk
honestly
Empire.
think Daredevil was very boring on Netflix.
All of those shows were just Law and Order with a Marvel character.
Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was god
Like
awful.
you gave us all these POC people, and y'all are really trying to sell me a blonde-haired rich white boy as this kung fu master.
But now he
It
went
was
through
hard.
struggle though.
Yeah, white struggle. His jet crashed in the mountains. Yeah. Like that's where white people know how to survive. In the fucking ice cold mountains. That's their shit. They like to fucking ski down that shit. He's good. I was jealous. It wasn't another character that got in it. But you know who really mopped up for Marvel on Netflix more than anybody?
Who?
Rosario Dawson. She was on every single Marvel show.
Yeah.
She was the person who tied most of them together.
She did. She was the key factor.
Wasn't she fucking Luke Cage?
Yeah, she was fucking Luke Cage. She was
fucking Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It was suggested that she might fuck Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah,
she
it
was like helping him out and shit.
Yeah, she was, but she looked at him as a crazy white guy.
Yeah,
she definitely did.
But the only show on there I think that was good, incredible, was with character and story. Honestly, was Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones was dope
because she had like substance use. She had trauma and
She's
shit.
fucked up.
Like she was fucked up.
Alcoholic.
It gave an extra layer than what was going on because then she would do the flashbacks. And all yeah.
Nah,
a lot more
it was dope.
I worked on that show. I worked as a production assistant on that show.
How was that?
It was cool, man. Jessica Jones almost killed me with an umbrella, man. It was so great. I almost died that day. She literally like didn't know I was standing there one day, and she opened her umbrella, and then I was like, oh shit. And then I looked, she closed it, and it was her, and I was like, oh, you a PA, so you ain't shit on that set. So I was like, oh, it's okay. She started laughing. She was like, oh my god, I almost killed you. I'm like, Batman. And I gave one chuckle and turned around because I was like, I don't want to get fired. I don't want to get fired for being friendly on the set. Right, exactly. I was so mad, man. Because I was like, I know I'm charming. I could be her friend, but I was like, not here.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you got to just take that shot. Just say that one thing and then leave.
Nigga, I needed money. I needed money more than kindness.
You're right. Yo, let's pull up. Could you pull up a clip and just show us some anime real quick? Show us some weird.
I've been trying to figure out what to get into. So I've been like, what's the vampire one? Wasn't there a vampire one that was very sexually suggestive?
There are multiple vampire
There was one that used to show up.
What's your thing that you go for with television? What's something that pulls you in? We know you fuck with the sci-fi and stuff like that.
Yeah, I
do. But what's something that pulls you in?
What pulls me in, like characters or just like
what's it? That's the thing, trying to match people up with an anime because there's so much stuff out there. I'm trying to think
something in the vein of like a Star Trek or Xena.
As soon as you said Star Trek and then like how it's like multiple shit.
That's my shit, stuff, man. I
would say pull up a One Piece clip but it's really not going to do. It's just going to show you just really weird shit. That's about it.
You know
what? I was gonna say Gundam or Robotech.
Last night I was on my
That might
phone
work.
hella late,
Yeah.
and my girl was asleep next to me, and I was legit about to pull up some porn,
Okay.
and she wouldn't have minded, But
Yeah.
then I
Pull up
remembered
Gundam Wing.
I wanted to see if Rick and Morty was out yet, and
Okay.
I found out that like 3 of the 5 episodes are out already,
Mm-hmm.
and I was heavily considering buying them.
You've never seen Rick and Morty?
Oh, I have. I
Okay.
binge. You know what my shit is? My shit was recently, oddly enough, Steven Universe.
I
got into
hear
Steven
that.
Universe. I got into Steven Universe
yeah.
heavy. It's definitely like a feely feel show, but they be saying they be getting kind of raw sometimes if you
They
watch
had
it long.
Nicki Minaj like voice a character. Like
Nicki-
one of the first,
everybody's
first
been
season.
everybody's been on that show. Estelle's one of the
crazy.
main characters.
That's wild.
They've had gay weddings. I actually used that show to work my gay agenda on unsuspecting parents and their children.
Wait, what?
Yeah, because the parents don't realize the show is gay. The
Oh,
show is all the crystal gems are non-binary
right,
women,
right.
and some of them are butch.
What is this?
Crystal Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. His
Oh,
dad is a hippie. His mom
da-
is like off
Oh, yeah,
somewhere.
someone
His
Yeah.
mom is like
Yeah,
this
yeah.
poly bisexual, like crystal gem.
Yeah, he has a jewel in his belly button.
Yeah, one of the gems who's like the leader of their group is basically a black woman played by Estelle. And can I spoil it for y'all?
No, you good.
It might make y'all want to watch it. They actually, you actually find out later in the first season. I had to get to like episode fucking 42, but they're like 15 minutes long. That she's actually a fusion gem of 2 gems, one that's purple and one that's red. The one that's red and one that's blue. The blue one like sees the future and is like very feminine, ethereal, and then the red one is like really butch. She got like an afro and stuff. But they make 2 parts of this really well balanced whole person.
That's why a character's so
they're-
like stoic and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Okay.
and they actually have like a wedding in season 2, and it's hella dope and gay. Because at first I was like, oh man, I was on episode 20, and I'm like, okay, this is a kid show. Then I kept watching, I was like, oh shit.
Cartoon
They got me in
Network
my-
has been really
They
good
made me cry in the episode.
about a lot
Can
of
you
his shows.
imagine being a gay kid watching that and seeing that happen and
Yeah,
it being
man.
normal? I actually I went to a Muslim wedding a few weeks ago, and I met 2 kids in my family who I never met before, a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old. And I had this cool ass haircut, and they were little boys. They were so shocked to even see me and know that I was their cousin. They kept asking their mom, they're like, you know her? That's my cousin. Wow. And they told their dad on the phone that night, they were like, I got two cousins. One name is Sultan and the other one name is Mila. And I was just like, damn, like the kids are like starting to like learn, and how can I have these conversations with them that their parents won't have? And I had just been gotten through season 2 of Steven Universe. So when I found us at the airport, we just so happened to be waiting at the airport. Our gates were next to each other the next day. And I legit was sitting down with the little boy, and I was, we had, our flights were delayed, and I was like, oh, let's watch something. And I looked at him, I looked at his mom, and I was like, do you watch Steven Universe? And these are women in hijabs. They love me. I'm family, but I'm gay. They probably don't want to talk to the kids about gay stuff.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I love Steven Universe, a little 5-year-old and a 10-year-old. So they just leaned in, and we watched 2 episodes of Steven Universe on my phone. Then I was like, oh, did you see the wedding episode with Garnet? And he's like, yeah, like, and there's characters who are fusions of multiple gems, so they're in a poly relationship basically, but it's not like they don't sexualize it. So it's like normalizing everything.
This is why I always fuck with cartoons.
Yeah.
They be like all the cool shit on Toonami. Like it's not. They've always had ill shit.
Yeah.
Across the board.
They even touch on subjects about like what Biggie say is the ones that smoke blunts with you, like that'll turn on you. Like they bring trauma. Like I don't know. Rebecca Sugar is a genius.
She's the creator.
That's the creator and the illustrator. Like she's a genius because I read an interview with her, and she said, all these themes that we always saw as adult content, I don't understand. I started to question myself, why can't they be in rated G content? Why do we make these things not suitable for children? And they found a very genius way to make so many themes, even non-sexual ones. Like they have shit about trauma in there, and as an adult we see that and we know it, but they make it in a way where kids perceive it in a whole nother way, but still it's the same thing.
That
shit
there's
is
some
genius.
they're really good writers. Like a lot of those old Disney movies are like that. They know that, all right, the family's going to see this because the kid wants to see it, but we have to keep the adults entertained too.
I was with my homeboy the other day. My first 3 watches for Disney Plus, because I never saw it, and I was like, what's the hype about? So I watched Frozen.
There you go.
I watched Frozen. I watched Z9.
Ooh.
Okay, I
21st
remember Z9.
Century
I remember
Girl.
Z9. I remember that.
And then I watched Endgame. And when I watched Frozen, I have sisters, and to watch Frozen and also be like feminist, queer, lesbian, and to watch Frozen happen the way it did, I was like, wow, this is dope as fuck. But then I was with my homeboy who's a trans dude, and he was sitting there just like, and he just got a relationship and everything, and it hit him in a whole nother way about just like love and friendship and everything. And I watched this nigga actually in his feelings, like, damn, like he was. We could have watched like a fucking romantic drama the way this nigga was just like, damn, that shit just hit me. And we was watching Frozen, dude. He texted me. I can show you the text. He texted me 2 days ago and threatened me and was like, and this is a big nigga, like bearded, like he's a passing trans dude. He texted me the other day and was like, if you see Frozen without me, our friendship is over. Frozen 2 without me, our friendship is over. So I'm getting tickets for Frozen 2 on Friday. Hopefully I can get tickets.
Oh, it's already coming.
It's coming out this Friday.
Yeah.
Damn.
That shit gonna be packed. My boss at work told me he rented out a theater. He's rich though. He's a fucking VP. He rented out a theater for his daughter's 6th birthday next week, just so her and her friends could go see Frozen.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm not gonna be a parent till I can rent out a theater. Fuck that.
That's a move right there.
That is a move.
I gotta be able to pay for my kids to survive the apocalypse and all
true.
the impending doom.
Yeah, all of that stuff. Be like, no, this is your bubble. Be safe. Yup. Do all of that stuff. Nah, that's ill. That's ill. I think we're
clip
gonna
that
show
is?
you a clip of Gundam Wing.
Okay, I'm down.
Have you ever heard of Gundam?
I haven't, but I'm so open to watching new anime.
So Gundam, just real quick, is one of those shows that's super old in Japan, one of the OG animes. The first one to really be like giant robots is the shit. So what they do, they tie that around like the whole warring states and stuff like that.
Oh, I watch what's Edward and his brother? The Alchemist.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Full Metal. Yeah, I used to watch Full Metal a lot. I definitely used to watch Full Metal.
So this one is like it's almost like the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Like people all over the place, but there's a war going on, and they use these specific robots that are strong to help win the war.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one specifically, there's been it's been years since I watched Gundam Wing, but like 5 pilots? Because you got Wing, Heavy Arm, Sandrock. Five pilots, all with like the rebellion, and they've been picked and chosen to pilot them to help end the war.
Yeah.
And then that's pretty much where it starts at.
So I got Wing Zero versus Epion.
Yeah.
Can you get any? Can she hear anything through that at all, or no?
It's like static.
It's gonna be static.
Yeah,
Alright,
just
might
play
have
it.
to do something,
Yeah.
But
It's essential. So it's like the whole time while that's happening, they're talking, commentating it out. As they're fighting each other, they can talk to each other.
yeah. And so typically that's where a lot of like the dialogue and like the emotional aspect of it, because it's like these people are doing all this, like it's all this heavy combat, but they're also conflicting with, they're conflicting with, my feelings, I don't know how I feel about this, and it's almost, it does kind of give it that space opera appeal to it, but it's still, we're doing crazy flips and laser beams.
Something is at stake right now. This isn't all just for fun and games.
Yeah.
Heavy explosions and just Well, I think this came out like early 90s.
Yeah.
Possibly. They tie in everything together. So you got the support right there. It was just like, this incoming like mech units and things like that coming in and whatnot is insane. There's a lot of good sci-fi out there. With really just focus on like giant robots and shit though.
Did it ever disturb y'all watching anime and they made everybody white?
No. I just seen it as Asian people because a lot of times they took place in Japan.
I was told that I was supposed to do that, but they're reimagining themselves as white people.
Yes, that is something because they got so hyped or so immersed in a Western culture.
Yeah.
It was like a big thing for them because they were very traditional, and then they broke off like late 1800s or whatever, and they've kind of catered a lot of what they do to the white, I guess, image.
I mean, almost everything. The only person I can remember looking Asian is like Goku's grandpa.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Very
Right?
old
Doesn't
school.
He has like the beard and
Old.
everything.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that I was supposed to see these people.
I think
as not
though,
white.
in certain ones, you can feel the distinction. Like I kind of feel you. Like in I guess a show like Bleach. There's definitely a lot more culture in the show.
Yeah.
But the main character Ichigo feels very Asian. and then one of his classmates, he's a guy who uses a bow and arrow. To me, he looks very white. He seems very white in that sense. So I don't know. It's kind of.
I mean, it's always for me. It's always been like the setting was looking like, oh, this is obviously Japan. This is.
I mean, like
Yeah.
I knew
Obviously.
that's where they were, but I was always confused about that aspect. I didn't, and I think that's something that turned me off a lot growing up trying to watch anime.
You fuck with boxing?
Like people fighting each other.
Like a boxing ring, boxing.
I guess I used to. I mean, I grew up. Everybody was watching the fight on HBO.
So there's one it's been out since the 80s. It was in that like craze for like boxing, and it's called Hajime no Ippo. We showed it when our last guest this, but pretty much they the main character is a young kid, used to get bullied a lot, meets a boxer that defended him, and now he's obsessed with boxing. That's like his whole life now. The person that also helped him out, he's on his way to becoming great too. So you're following these two boxers on their
That guy
way.
looks Asian.
Right. It's two Japanese boxers. And it's pretty much just if Rocky was Japanese, that's pretty much what they're
Got
doing.
it.
And like how they make
The
it so
underdog.
right, they make it so interesting with like the way he's
There's
being
a
hit.
boxing anime show.
There's
That
a-
is fucking dope.
There's a tennis anime show.
tennis anime show. There's one that we got referred to as a cooking one.
Yeah,
That's
Food Wars
popular.
is supposed to be pretty
Food Wars. It's
lit.
apparently
Yeah.
really, really dope.
What really does it is just the dialogue and the heavy detail that they give for every single thing. So for this one, they're just like, all right, remember to pivot, rotate, and then like follow through with the hit and stuff.
I
And with-
wonder who the English speaking actors are who've been cleaning up in the industry
For
do
a
the dub
while?
English
There's
version.
only
For a
but so
while, there
many
was
of
only
them.
a handful. Like I mean, like I'm
They had
talking
to know
like
how to
there were
translate, right?
there were probably like in rotation less than 20 for like a good 20, 30 years. So they were all cleaning up, doing these little dub overs and these
Damn.
VHS tapes
That's
here and
money.
there. Like the guy who did played Spike on
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. He's done like 50 different roles, and he's gone from being main characters to just dudes in the background, side roles. A lot of them were cleaning up for a while, and I think probably maybe only recently they maybe start like changing up a little.
Why
bit.
y'all wasn't the black boys that went to Japan for a few years, learned some Japanese, and came back and cleaned up?
Niggas been broke. Niggas been broke. Yeah.
Dude, we had the whole Candy Lady conversation.
Yeah. Honestly,
I-
that's always been a dream of mine. My brother went like 2 or 3 years ago. He got to go, but it's always been a dream. But I
You don't
knew
need the money for a ticket back. Get deported. That was always my plan. If I go somewhere, just get deported.
or
Go to the embassy and was like, I've been robbed.
I want to go back. I want to be able to go back there. But nah, that's definitely top on the list. But it was definitely on some shit like, yo, I gotta figure some shit out before I start internationally like traveling and some shit like that. Yeah. Nah, it's fuck. Damn. We might need to do this beforehand
yeah,
for now on, so at least they can play the sound to it
yeah.
and shit. Yeah.
We'll do a thing for that. But now that's something we were thinking about.
I totally forgot I used to watch Full Metal all the time too.
Yeah. Full Metal was.
I
dope.
liked it because it mixed in because it had alchemy in it. You know, magic.
Yeah,
magic and science.
Okay, so you fuck with that. All right.
I like sci-fi, you
Ooh, you might like Fate Zero then.
Oh yeah, put me on.
Fate Zero is it's a long running series. I forgot where it originated from.
Because all the gay girls I encounter keep trying to make me watch Princess Mononoke.
Oh yeah,
That's a classic.
That's
Yes,
what
classic,
women, lesbians love Princess Mononoke.
Really?
Please let me know when it's a screening in town
it's
so I can
very.
surprise
I mean,
my
it's
group.
it's very woman empowering, and it's
Yeah.
also very like nature.
I think they are showing
world
either they
empowering.
did or they are going to
They
be showing
showed
the
it
show.
over by NYU by St. Mark's. That
Yeah,
theater over there show it
yeah.
often.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Fate Zero is a story about you have sorcerers and it's like I think it's every year.
Yeah.
There's a big fight to win the Holy Grail. You get the Holy Grail, you get to make your wish. The catch is that everybody gets to summon their own hero of legend. So literally they get to summon these people that have like a folklore. The main person that comes back every single series is King Arthur. But what
Okay.
they changed it to be just a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, like badass with a sword that like fucks people up and stuff
Princess
like that.
Mononoke, right? Is this
No.
Mononoke?
This is
Okay.
Fate Zero.
I was about
This
to
is
say-
Fate. I've
Oh, I
never
wanna
seen
watch
Princess.
that.
I've never
I wanna
seen
see
Princess
that.
Mononoke. Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
see Phase Zero.
Fate Zero. It's on Netflix and it's actually really dope. It's actually
Don't
pretty
let me
cool.
forget that when I leave then.
Yeah, so it's like magic, and then you got like Phase Zero. They have like King Arthur, Alexander the Great, Gilgamesh is in it.
But I like stuff with villains. I need villains.
Oh no, there's a villain.
I don't want like happy hunky dory.
Oh, there's a
magic.
very fucked up villain.
You know what I mean?
There's a very fucked
like
up villain
that.
in there. Yeah.
I like villains that inflict trauma for growth of the character.
You wait.
I like
till you,
that.
Wait till you see the sorcerer that they summon. It's very fucked.
Oh
up.
yeah, I like that.
Very very.
I
fucked
love
up.
that shit. I hope I get to play a villain one day, y'all. I
Really?
want to play a villain one day so bad.
Who's been your favorite villain of recent? Because they've been really shedding light on villains the past like decade.
I
now.
can't say that on camera. I was almost said 45. He's the worst villain of them. He's the dumbest villain though. He's not even calculated.
Yeah, to the point now we just like laugh at it. Like it's pretty. It's stupid. It's
Who's
ridiculous.
my favorite villain?
I didn't want to go to root just saying like Killmonger, but like it's been coming for the past couple of years.
Killmonger was representative of Black American trauma. From being robbed of taken from our culture.
What I liked about Killmonger was, yes, he was technically like he was the antagonist, but it was like we're just two sides of the same coin.
Yeah,
and that made it feel a little bit more. I don't know. Yeah. It was more like he was a villain, but it was more of a lesson to the end.
Well, it's like when I say like in the past like decade or like past few years, well, like you had the
it's like the Jokers are usually like the big
Heath Ledger Jokers. You had the Killmongers. You had the villains like Thanos from the Marvel universe. The new Joker movie where like they pretty much just made a villain movie. Yeah, like shit like that. Like it was.
I haven't seen it yet. My boy is he's at a Q&A with the creator, the director, I think.
Nice.
Tonight, and he was excited because he just wants to tell him that it's bad. I'm like,
It's
you know, white boys, they just like to antagonize.
Yeah, they do like to do that shit where it's just like this is widely accepted as a great thing, and it's like, no,
you suck, bro. Yeah, fucking suck. You fucking
trash. You trash.
I run against the grain. Like, shut up, nigga. This shit is dope.
It was because nobody. Has that been done before? They just tell a movie. They just tell a story about the guy that becomes the villain at the end.
Not really, no. It's the first time they've kind of told.
We all know. Everybody goes in there and they know what's going to happen.
It's
and
not
we
a
sign
feel
up to
good
watch
movie.
this.
It's a feel bad movie. It's like
my favorite villain who's not in any of these like fantastic ones. Have you ever seen any films by Gaspar Noé? Mm-mm. He's a French director. He makes really provocative films, and it was the one I like villains where I can see myself in the villain a little bit.
Okay.
And there's this one guy who's the boyfriend in the story, and he just does a bunch of fucked up stuff, and it reminds me of when I was like a really fucked up partner. I really like that they showed that because it made me feel bad for him and hate him at the same time.
Okay.
In a sense, this movie Love. Watch that, but don't do what I did the first time I tried to watch it. I was in film school and I was like, oh, I heard about this movie. I was on a Tinder date. I let her come to my house, Netflix and chill. And the opening scene is them jacking each other off, the boyfriend and the girlfriend. That's real suggestive when you just meeting a girl. Like they were literally just like going at it. Yeah. Like camera was right there, and I was just like, okay, let me turn this off and watch it later. But I like that movie for that. I think I like that a lot, and I think that's what made me want to be able to play somebody that was not likable, because that's when you know you're a good performer if you can pull that off.
People like the fact that they don't like you.
Yeah, but it's mostly because they see them. They can see some of themselves in you, or they know somebody like you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that shit.
That was dope. Where we at on time?
And Rita from
we
Power Rangers.
We had a good conversation. That's
my bitch. Rita. I used to want to be Rita when I was a kid.
Oh man,
fuck those little white kids in high school.
I could. Oh shit, I could show you that. I could probably show you that later.
Rita was dope though.
Rita was dope.
The original, in like Japan, the original Japanese series. They were like, she's a witch, and like she used to ride around the air on a penny farthing. She was way iller in Japan than like what they made her to be in America.
Rita was ill as fuck. And when I was at Howard, again back to Black Nerds, like some guys that I knew at Howard, they were doing this secret thing, and I saw one of them receive a package one day, and I was real nosy, so he let me see it. And you can fucking find it online. These Howard guys recreated down to the stitching and the helmets Power Rangers costumes, down to the boots, the helmets. They had custom made helmets they had shipping in from Asia and shit. And they recreated the costumes for Halloween on campus, and they ran around campus where they had already, and they were athletes, they had staged fights from famous scenes in the Power Rangers. and they actually had hit me up and
reenactment.
yes,
like
they
soldiers.
they even went to class fully in costume. It was like did video work. There's a video you can find on YouTube. Howard University Power Rangers.
Yo.
They even showed up to a ROTC ball and was like dancing on stage and
That's
shit in their
funny.
costumes. But the funniest thing was that they wound up scrapping it, but they actually wound up hitting up a few friends like me and a few other people to play villains so we can dress up like villains, and they would stage full on fights
That's funny.
on campus. But they did that shit. Like that was the most impressive thing I ever seen. They had a Black Ranger, Blue Ranger, White Ranger, Green Ranger, Yellow Ranger,
Damn.
Pink Ranger.
The most
They
I ever did, I just bought T-shirts. And then me and my, we
I was in
post our
drag
picture.
most of my life. I was like, I'm gonna be a boy. Then I was like, oh, I'm just gay. I was a boy for 4 Halloween straight. I was like, that was my time of year. I was like, I can wear my cousin's
She's dressed up
clothes.
as, she's dressed up as
yeah.
Ness from
You've been plotting on one outfit every year before
Every
you came
year,
out.
I'm like, get my cousin Pelly Pell jeans.
That's funny. That's so funny.
My boyfriend's Yerbo
And
shirt and
nobody
just some
said
eyeliner.
nothing. He was like,
Nah.
oh, you a boy again?
I was like,
this
Mom,
year?
I'm grown. I'm done being a cat. I'm gonna be a fucking boy this Halloween. I was in drag most of my life.
That's funny. That's hilarious. Damn, what we at on time?
Oh, we had an hour and a half, baby. We've been
Damn, this has
talking-
been a
we've
really
been
good.
Yeah,
this
we've been
has
chopping
really
up for a
good.
minute.
Damn.
Yeah.
Anything you wanna add out there? You wanna?
Yeah, I just want y'all and any people that be watching to shout out some, like, just based off the shit I said, like some good anime shows to jump into. I got a 12-hour bus ride to Detroit for Thanksgiving, so whatever I need to download, throw it my way.
Alright.
Yeah.
I can watch
Send
a
you
whole
some
season.
suggestions and then,
Yeah, I'm
we'll-
definitely down to watch that stuff. Yeah, I'm down for it.
We'll definitely give you some shit. Yeah, just let the people know your handles, anything you promote.
Oh,
and all that.
word.
Yeah.
My name's Mila Myles. My pronouns are fluid. Black and queer people can use whatever pronouns, but white people have to call me they, them. It's just, this is how it is. It is. Made me so scared too. I gave an announcement at work the other day, and they started this weird slow clap, and I was like, okay, buy me a cake too then. If you're really about it, you know.
All right, if you really trying to
Came out
support.
the closet again. But no, my handles are Mila Myles on Instagram, and my Twitter is Mila_does it. That's on Twitter. I don't really use nothing else. It's the same.
Won't
name.
she?
I have no clue what that was about, but I think it was like a nerd reference. I'm gonna just laugh. I do that with white people too.
It's that shit. It's that shit. People like, look at God.
Oh,
Look at God doing
oh,
it.
won't she? Okay. That's,
Won't she?
excuse me. Non-binary. Won't they?
Won't they?
Won't they do it?
Won't they do it?
Won't they do it?
Yes, they will.
Oh man.
Damn.
And as far as promoting stuff, just follow my Instagram for shows where I may or may not bomb.
No, you active. You out
I know,
here.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
on it. I've been
Yeah.
funny or whatever. I be making people laugh, or I be offending people. If you're offended, that's actually probably gonna
That's
make
part
me
of the
laugh
process.
on stage.
That's part of. That's
Yo, I
part
got
of
booed
what-
by
you
gay
ain't
people
saying
one
that.
time. It was
Really?
great.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
So then I told a pedophile joke after that. Y'all ain't gonna like this Michael Jackson joke. Then they didn't like that. It was
Damn,
funny as hell.
Well, shit.
But yeah.
Damn. Appreciate you.
But and I would love to come to more of y'all shows. I love seeing you up on stage. You make me laugh so hard. I love that
Appreciate
shit.
it. Nah, it'll be fun. We always out here, and it's really great to see how accepting this community is, and just
Yeah.
how it's all a big like moving, breathing thing. So
Word.
we're gonna be out here. We're gonna be out here.
Yeah,
we're gonna
man,
have
we
some
gonna
live
definitely
shows
be out
coming
here.
up at some point. So
Word.
Something. Yeah, we working shit out. It's moving. It's moving now. We getting the technology that we need
yeah.
to make stuff happen. We meeting people. BlurCon 2020.
We stealing cameras from white boys on the
We
train.
coming.
There we go. We out here.
I'm down to rob white niggas. I am. They letting their guard down. Fuck that. Nope.
I did feel that when I moved back. I was like, I
No, it
gotta check.
I had to tell my
It-
cousins when they came to visit because they not used to white people not respecting their space.
Yeah.
And my cousins are big black dudes from Detroit. Like they had white people pushing them onto the train, and I had to, they might fight. So I had to,
Yeah,
like literally
yeah.
let niggas know
It's
when they come
like-
visit me that white people don't care.
No, it's
man.
it was one of the things where like we were downtown in Wilmington in the South. It was like there's a strip of bars that people just kind of go up and down. And after shows at our home club, we would just walk around, go drink. This dude, he had like, I don't know, you were just on Hennessy. You were just
I was
in it.
drunk.
You was in
I
your
was pretty
mode.
drunk.
We're passing by this big club. There was a jacket this white dude had on. It was a North Face jacket. I think it was a North Face jacket.
fucking know.
It was a jacket this
It
white
just
dude
had
had
a
on.
light- it had
He
a
said,
light
my
on the
man said,
collar.
damn, that's a nice jacket. Put his hand all inside